So we're just finishing Lech-Lecha, the Parsha of the week in Bereshis. And I wanted to say a little bit about this Parsha because there's a very interesting point. Lech-Lecha means to go within yourself. And in this Parsha, God says to Abraham that he must go for himself, which is usually translated, but it means in yourself. And to do this, he must leave his land, his birthplace, and the home of his father. Now, let me ask you a question. If you had to leave someplace, you'd think you'd have to leave your house first, then your neighborhood, then your land in order to get to the next place. Yet, it's totally reversed in this section. What the hell is that about? I mean, come on. How do you leave from the farthest most to the innermost to begin with? And I think that that's the point. The point is, what God is saying to Abraham is go within yourself. And in order to go within ourselves, we must move from the most gross to the subtlest. And the most gross is our culture. This is our land. This is our cultural indoctrination. The most outward manifestation of ourselves. Then, moving one step inward from our culture, we find our community. This is our immediate surroundings, our society, right? The people around us, our relationships, that can sometimes prevent us from doing our work or growing even. And then one step beyond that is our character. This is the home of our fathers, our upbringing, our genetics even. This is overcoming everything about us in the most subtle and deep down way. Now, the second part about this, which is really important, is that after all of this, God says to Abraham, I will show you the way. Now, it's important to understand that God is supposed to be showing Abraham the way to Israel. And the way that we're supposed to understand this is that Israel is Eden. It's Eden on earth. It's the best place you could ever be in. And if I know anything, I know that if I don't deal with my problems in one situation, they're going to follow me to the next. So the point is that God's telling Abraham, look, clear your shit out now, otherwise you're going to take your shit to Israel. And then what does that really mean? Well, maybe the whole idea of Israel is an internal state of going within ourselves and clearing out all that stuff, all those shadows that prevent us from doing our real work or stop us from living out our full potential, or those limiting self-beliefs. And what's better about this is that most of the time we think about this inward journey as an arduous task. A task of trial and tribulations which we don't want to embark in. It's the last thing we want to do. But if we think about it kind of like going to the gym, it might be painful or hard or intense or burn on the surface. But underneath, it's really the best thing that we could ever do for ourselves. God's not telling Abraham, yeah, throw everything away so you can have a worse life. No, he's saying, look, get rid of all this crap so you can live better. So you can go to that place that you really want to get to. That Israel, the Israel of the soul. So I think it's a really interesting idea here. And I think it's one that, we do well to consider. That if we're going on the inward journey to find our home, to find the real truthful place of Eden here on earth and within ourselves, we have to first eliminate all the influences of our culture, then the influences of our community, and then the influences of our own character. And if there are good influences, that could work out, but oftentimes it's all influences in order for us to realize our true selves underneath all of that. So much love, many blessings, and take that journey inward.